We got ourselves Never Persist as a rogue. Why is it name Never Persist? You want to be persistent. You want to do just the opposite. But we got, oh, I like the blades by the way. But we got ourselves a subtle to rogue with Revendare in the back. I still miss you when you were Void Elf. But that Mog on that set, on that mount, looks really, really good. We got 10 God coming back in as a Knight of Windwalker with Zero Drew over as a Feral in Chicago, waiting for the return over for the team 2. We got us as Alpharus, the Unholy Death Knight, waiting to go. We got Bacon going to be first up as a Feral. Feral God X is a Boomy. We got us as Resident, and we got us as Zomlo over on the team 2 with Bakey already prowling and stealth with 10. Try to see if you may be able to best him. Should be aware that it's a Feral Druid since they're the only one in stealth. Unless they're just waiting for the other team to potentially get somebody going. Oh my god! What an opener, dude. First game of the NA team. First game of the team NA, and we got Bakey literally devouring that boy. Not even give him a chance. Bacon going for that Trinket Wall. As soon as he's a Resonator Trinket Grenade, drop it onto the ground. Quick roll to discombobulate the rogue. Quick Shadow Step out of the rogue as he breaks out of the TC with a barrage of blades coming out for Bacon with a big old berserk. Never persist. Is actually, I think, just gonna go for a Cloak of Shadow Sippy Cup and remove all those dodges. That is a 3-minute cooldown out of Bakey, so Never Persist has a perfect counter for it. That big old bleed for Berserk to tear him apart is gonna be quelled by a Sippy Cup of the Kyrian variety. Looking for the Feral. Is going to be able to get him out in the open for a second, I think. No, Bacon looks like he doesn't have any dots on him. The Rogue and the Feral are both clean. Just really going to come down to whoever picks up the eyes first, or whoever finds the other out of stealth. Looks like the Rogue is going to pick up the eyes, trying to deny the Feral an opener if he can do it whatsoever. Going to be Bacon trying to go for a maim. Does get the maim. Going to be tricking immediately with a killer shot. Bacon does not have a tricking. Is it potentially going to be the Rogue? Oh my goodness, the Rogue! Never Persist just absolutely bodied the Feral into the ground. Quick getting a shot with a human racial burn very, very early on, but does end up taking him. Feral God X playing out for that boomy variety. I do appreciate it. I like your weapons, by the way. You got an old school dagger and an old school offhand weapon. Looks good. Trick it out of the Feral Druid, out of the boomy Druid, out of the Druid in general. As you try to see if you may be able to survive the Rogue. Never Persist kind of backing up for a second. Is going to go for another resap. Just taking a sweet, sweet time. Taking these boys out one after the other. 85k HP with a full fleshcraft. For this rogue, that didn't matter at all. That 85k HP with a full... Wait, you're talking about the monk? Oh my goodness. So the monk get devoured for 85 overall. Lord. Gonna be a disarmer to Never Persist. Blind onto Feral God X, but the man has no trick and took a little bit of damage from the Shadow Six and eviscerates. I think that's just an unwinnable situation for a Boomy, unless Never Persist makes a mistake. The bear form does come out. Is there no Barska for a while? If Feral God, does he have himself a heal? Emergency heal by any chance? Bear form may be able to give him enough survivability. Needs a heal in between of these two. Does get a heal last second. Is able to survive for a little bit longer. Try to go for a Root Silence onto the Rogue and just try to get the hell out of there. Just throwing sun into his eyes to blind him, hopefully. Or maybe I'm distracted for a moment, catching up on a few regrows, needs a re-stealth or something. The Rogue is right next to him, not really getting the opportunity to get a reset. Just someone to the Rogue for a second, still able to build calm points. Feral God is limited. Next skittish shot is over. Barkskin, that's all you can do. Man, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Zomlo is going to be up next as the Demonology Warlock, sending out the pet versus Never Persist. The Rogue should be able to easily evade the pet. Can anybody take this rogue down? Is this going to be a second Gloosh but on an A right now? Is this what's going on? Kiddish shot as Zalma drops down a Fell Lord. Is it going to be a Resonant Trinket? No, it's not. Dark Pact kind of a little bit later with the Axe Toss as Zalma is getting blasted out by the Rogue. Definitely needs to get himself as many pets up and running as possible. Double stun into Zalmo is going to be burning a wall here. Resonant Trinket to follow. Zalma no help whatsoever. Trying to see if he can maybe go for a bit of a Night Fae reposition, but it's just not given an opportunity to get any casts off. Interrupted on the pet. Someone does get himself a whole new Fell Lord joining it, and then just absolutely blasted into the Seed Pod, which means there's not much you can really do about it. What's Chicago doing? What are you doing over here? Just trying to yoink a kill? Is that what's going on? Trying to get to some freebie? Alpharus is going to be up next as an Unholy DK. We're heading into that 5-minute mark, boys. No dampening just yet. 30 seconds off until then. Gonna be a stunner to never persist. Big claw shadows coming out for Alvarez. Got himself the A-bomb limb. Trying to get the rogue in combat. Cloaker Shadows had an advantage being burned by the rogue in order to escape out of that as fast as possible. Just trying to dodge that burst, dodge the damage out of the Unholy Death Knight as best as he can. Alvarez did not use the Army of the Dead. Could still go for a big old army or pet transformation. Never Persist may have used I don't know if he used a human racial, but if he did, that's going to give Alvarez an opportunity to potentially make something happen. No Cloak Shadows on Rogue, no Vanish anymore. So Never Persist is kind of limited to what he can really do to escape. Gonna be Alvarez disarmed for a moment, but trying to stay away from the rogue as best as possible. Is gonna go for a bit of a self-heal. Shadow step out of the rogue to try to stay on him. Gonna be the transformation with the Army of the Dead join in. The Unholy Death Knight just did survive a little bit longer. Blind onto the Unholy Death Knight. The peasants still continue to claw at the rogue, and oh my goodness! Once he got the rogue low enough, once he has no more escape tools, Alvarez just gotta wait until the Army of the Dead claws savagely at him and takes him down into the grave. This quick gonna be a grip onto. I was gonna say, like, what is this camera angle? The mounts is kind of bugged. I guess the mounts, as long as they're not bugged in your screen, but the mounts are definitely bugged for me. I like how when you stun him, they fly. So I think it has to be something maybe with the model and the positioning and the logic behind the model, because it definitely is like, it thinks it's flying. Maybe it's trying to do dragon riding, but it just cannot lift itself off the ground just yet. Big LE blast onto Alvarez, taking a huge hit. Is going to be rotating AMS, stunned down, but Chicago will not be able to stun Alvarez. That AMS is going to protect him from any effects of magic variety. Army of the Dead join in. Chicago may have to do something here. He's going to be dropping down. Big chain harvest, getting Alvarez real low. He can't go anywhere. Trying to flush cuff, getting interrupted immediately. Nothing he can do unless he can maybe go for a heal. Short stun on Chicago, does going to give himself one singular heal. It's going to be spell ward and proc, but Chicago has a mix of physical and magic damage to crack through those defensives. With the Resident going to be last man left over for the team to try to build some easy chi off of totems as well as off of pets. This time to Chicago could potentially have himself a massive go. Chicago does have a chicken for this, so BDB is down. Do the trick of this. Earth Elemental's up, could give him a lot of health. That's going to be emergency trinket either way. Does have to burn it with a wall. Karma per Resident trying to continue taking the aggression and the defensives over in order to pressure Chicago out of this game. Sunder with a stun onto Resident. Does not have a chicken for it anymore. May have tricketed the Sunder, but the stun did bypass him. Chicago needs as much healing as humanly possible. Also needs to find a way to break away from Resident. Resident is just continuing the onslaught, continuing the damage. Fist of Fury flying out in Chicago, trying to escape the books of aggression. Is failing can at all. So that's going to be static totem stopping him. Resident, not focusing on totem, is going to be trapped in place. He's decided to go for a bit of recovery since he sees that Chicago got enough Maelstrom in order to come back. Chicago could potentially take Resident down here. Resident's, a lot of his offenses are gone. Lexi coming back up in about 10 seconds. That is going to be a Zuen. That is going to be a full set of cooldowns. So Chicago better have something for it. Better take down the Resident before they do anything to them. I think at this point, that's all you can really do. So potentially kill Resident before they end up capitalizing on it. Because Lexi was back up. Image is not available though. Can you do BDB Lexup and just Zuen as a monk? I don't think you can, right? You have to have images for it. So at least 20 seconds, Chicago may be in the free zone for a moment until Karma as well as Images are back. Chicago in that 20 seconds could potentially take down Resident. The amount of sustained damage the Shaman has is incredible. Also, are you running a Earth and Spike build? Because Earth and Spike, together with Ellie Blast, seemed like it was a pretty good combo. It seemed like the actual was a pretty effective combo. Stun Totem into Resident, disrupting some of his bursts. Lexi on Chicago is going to fall short. Going to be a static Totem. He's not taking it out. A lot of that burst is just out of the window. Used images without the Zuen. May have been BDB, but that was a leg sweep. So Chicago escaped another set of bursts that Resident just didn't commit all the cooldowns together. Unless it already Zuen, then it just the cooldown didn't look right. Karma to follow, and Chicago is gonna have to figure out, do they burn through Karma or just wait it out? Looks like they're gonna have to burn through a little bit, just enough to give himself Maelstrom in order to keep himself alive. Ghost Raptor's just clawing at Resident, not really given an opportunity to go anywhere, and Chicago does get hit with an incapacitate yet again. The Wolves that continue to charge out of Resident, there's gonna be plenty of Maelstrom joining in. Wall but Chicago trying to see, oh, blasted out Resident with an LE blast. This wasn't even flinching, just walked up, domed him, ended the game. Let's go, boys! The Rogue and the Chamois absolutely blasting out Team 2. But I feel like that team did get themselves a Feral Druid that literally devoured a monk. Didn't give that guy a chance to play at all. Let's get another up and running today, boys!